Hello friends, it's time to now set up your Webull account. So we have already set up our Robinhood account. If you haven't seen that video, please go ahead and tune in. Now it's time for the Webull. So as mentioned before, Robinhood is more of a set and forget it type of platform, while Webull is a little bit more advanced. Webull gives you more features, you can see more of what's going on in the stock market. They have a beautiful desktop version for Mac and Windows, and overall it's just a little bit of a more advanced platform. So if that's what you're looking to get into, let's do it. We're gonna start on the same screen here. So as previously, first step is obviously to download the app. So this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna launch it, and Webull is gonna greet you right away with your login, right? If you don't have, you can sign up. So we're gonna click on sign up on the bottom. We can sign up with our phone number, or we can sign up with the email. In my case, we're going to do email, but it's essentially the same exact steps. So go ahead and put in your email. Then they're going to send us a code. Go ahead and put in that code. Now, once you put in the code, go ahead and enter a password. Make sure it's a secure password, and make sure it's one that you can remember, because you will need it in the future if you ever get logged out or if you need to log in on another device. Go ahead and click sign up. And now Webull is going to welcome us aboard, and we can go ahead and pick an account type. So cash account is essentially where you just fund the account, you wait a few days, and you're able to trade once the cash has settled. Margin account can borrow you from Webull's brokerage to invest a little bit more money, but this essentially puts you at a much higher risk. So say you want to invest $1,000, you're really confident in a certain option or certain stock, but the stock ends up performing the opposite of what you did. You essentially you traded on borrowed money. Now the losses there are terrible because they essentially double what you lost, and it's not something you want to mess around with. So for our purposes, we can start with the cash account, and then later on you can always switch to a margin account if you feel more comfortable, but off the start, starting up with a cash account is recommended. Next up, it's going to ask us if we want to open up an IRA account. That's your retirement account. We don't need an IRA in our case, but if you wanted to, you can go ahead and set that up here. And then you can also set up a futures account. So Avrora does offer futures alerts and a futures education. So you can go ahead and choose that if you wanted to. But first, we need to activate our individual brokerage account, which is, our cash account. So let's go ahead and click that, click next. And then we're gonna fill out our personal information. Don't lie about this. If you are under 18, you can comfortably set it up under your parents' name, but make sure they're aware, because you will need their social security, you will need their driver's license, you will need quite a few things from them. So make sure you can explain to them that, here's the situation, and I need your information to set up this account. But keep in mind that they're aware that this will reflect on their taxes, especially if you do end up taking money out of there, which are capital gain. Okay, so go ahead and fill out all of this information. Now it's going to ask us for some more personal information. Go ahead and put that in here. Now here's that social security that we were talking about. Make sure that is correct and that's appropriately matched to the information that you provided, as in first name and last name, because the system is going to run it, and if you're faking it, it's just going to completely disqualify you and you won't be able to create an account. So then we put in the phone number for further verification. Click send code. It's going to send us a code. Put that in right here. And then it's going to ask us for an address. Again, this is all for tax purposes. So go ahead and put that in. This address should match the one that you have on your driver's license, or your parent has on their driver's license if you are under 18. Then fill out more of your employment information. If you're unemployed, go ahead and put that. If you are employed, go ahead and put that, right? So again, be sure to not lie in this, because it's going to mess up your chances of actually getting approved for an account. So now it's going to ask us questions if us or a member of our family are a senior executive or hold 10% or more at a publicly traded company. So for example, an example I brought up before is Elon Musk. He would answer yes to this question because he owns 10% or more in Tesla, and Tesla is a publicly traded company. But again, I don't think we have to worry about this. Most of us don't. And then if we are a senior politically exposed figure, so if you're attached to politics, you can go ahead and click that. And then if we are employed with a stock firm or an exchange of any type of registered brokerage, right, or none of the above as for us. So go ahead and click next. Now our financial status, right, so these are questions pertaining to our financial status. What are our liquidity needs? Basically, how much cash do we need to hold at a given time? So we're going to click somewhat important. annual net income. Again, you can go ahead and copy my options here, or you can go ahead and just give them the actual information that you hold. Now it's going to ask us about our investment experience. These questions are pretty important because whether we get approved for options trading or not does depend on this. So we certainly want to make a good impression here, but not lie. So again, if you are totally unconfident, go ahead and click that, because it's just going to help you with your overall experience on Webull. So what's our investment goal? You can be pretty honest here. And then what's our time horizon? Essentially, how long do we plan to invest for? We can click 4 to 7 years, right? So again, it's going to show us our penalty of perjury, right? So basically it's asking us for like a app type of agreement within the app. Now it's going to ask us what type of trading privileges we want. So we do want to click options. And then if you want a cash management or stock landing income program, you can go ahead and click those. But essentially we are going to start here. So now we are getting into investment objectives and option levels. So we can choose level 1 if you are just starting out and you're not confident yet, or you can click on level 2, and it's essentially just going to give you a little bit more options here, right, as in a more experienced option trader. So we are going to go ahead with level 2, and then it's going to ask us again for our general investment experience, which is good. Okay, so 1 to 2 years is going to tell us it's based on our age, right? We're going to click yes. What's our option risk tolerance? We have considerable tolerance. And then it's going to give us essentially a overview. And then we're going to have to click this little checkbox over here. And then we have to e-sign all of this to make sure it's all legitimate. Okay, so submit. All right, and here we are in Webull. Now we can see our account is opened. So this is actually an account I've had for a little bit, but this is what you're going to see. You can see how much cash you have invested in here. You can deposit into your advisor allocation, which is essentially going to have Webull trade for you, but it's going to give you like an APY. You can see your open P&L, net account value, blah, blah, blah. So here's your watch list. You can edit it by clicking right here. You can add as many stocks as you want. Then you can essentially modify them and change them up. You can filter here by market cap. You can click on any stock and see just a shitload of information. So you can see all of the stats. You can click here, change your time frame. You can double click on it, and you can chart. You can check your different indicators. You can chart out different trends, lines, and patterns, and a bunch of stuff you can do on Webull. If you scroll down, you're going to see your order book. You can actually get a paid order book for like a few bucks a month. That's going to give you a level 2 order book right here, so you have to subscribe to it, or you can do an NBBO if that's what you prefer. So just a lot more features on Webull that you get. You can see your order flow, right? Just a shitload of information. The news are right here. You can see your feeds, predictions and whatnot, right? Your Sage tracker, and you can also see the performance of the fund. So if we go ahead and choose the individual cash account, up top we can click on transfers, and we can click on deposit, and essentially it's going to give us options of either an ACH transfer or a wire transfer to deposit money. Now once we have money deposited, we can click on a stock that we like. For example, let's take Mara, and we can at the bottom to the left see trade and option. So trade is obviously going to be to purchase a share, right? So we can go ahead and buy or sell if we had anything. So we can choose the type of order we want to put in, whether it's a market order or limit order, and then we can check the amount of shares that we want to put in, and then the time and force. Say the market was open right now, we can go for the day or good until canceled. It's going to show us our available cash and how much we're currently buying, and it's a pretty simple order here. Now for options, it's going to show us all of our possible dates, right? So at the top, we can go ahead and choose the date that you like. So let's say we like November 1st. We can go ahead and choose like an 18.5 contract, click on it, and it's a similar idea. We choose how many contracts we want. We can choose what we want to buy at, and same thing for sell, right? So let's say you want to put in stop loss, you can go ahead and do that right here. And essentially that's it on purchasing options and stocks on Webull. Now, if you wanted to get into futures, that's slightly of a different story. This is more just a beginner's guide on getting started on Webull, and from here you should be good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 videos. by Avrora tutorials on getting started with your brokerage. Please let us know what you'd like to see next up. We'd be more than happy to show you. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the Discord. Be sure to stay tuned for live videos and more free stuff dropping. So thank you guys for paying attention, and I'll catch you in the next one.